He just has to touch you once.
Going down.
He's so different than anybody else in the division. Like, he knocks everybody out. Everybody hits hard. They all hit hard.
But
that
down.
dude hits hard. hard. You know they have that punch machine?
Oh yeah,
where
you
they-
can see
they
the power.
blast it?
What's his power?
190.
Why you wake up? You should have kept dreaming.
Joe Rogan was completely taken aback after watching newly released training footage of Shakur Stevenson, where the elite boxer displayed jaw-dropping punching ability, highlighting extraordinary hand speed, sharp accuracy, and flawless precision that left viewers stunned by how effortless and controlled every movement looked inside the gym.
He even does it with his right hand, which is not his power punch.
And it still
his
was
power
130?
punch is his left hook. His left hook is what he knocks out everybody with. But it might be that his left hook is faster and it's a better weapon because it's in the front, and his right hand is more powerful, but he just doesn't land it as often that way. Did you find it?
This noticeable evolution in Shakur Stevenson's training clearly points toward a calculated strategic adjustment, because while he has long been recognized for his elite defensive brilliance and ring intelligence, the growing focus on explosive, fast-paced combinations strongly suggests the emergence of a more aggressive, assertive, and offensively dangerous version of Shakur Stevenson. Terrence Crawford, a longtime friend, trusted mentor, and elite pound-for-pound fighter, has recently been spotted training closely alongside Shakur Stevenson as part of the intense build-up toward the highly anticipated showdown with Teofimo Lopez, with Stevenson even being photographed sparring, drilling, and working through detailed gym sessions with Crawford as he continues to sharpen every aspect of his skill set while preparing to move up to 140 pounds in order to challenge Lopez.
With the phone in my hand. I was this ammo.
Stevenson's training extends far beyond simply throwing a high volume of punches, placing a strong emphasis on precision, perfect timing, and ensuring that every strike lands with maximum impact, focusing on the ability to adapt instantly in the ring, read opponents' movements, and execute each skill with deliberate purpose instead of mindless or reckless punching, while his compact, precise head movement enables him to narrowly slip incoming shots by mere inches, maintaining balance, conserving energy, and staying perfectly positioned to deliver devastating counters at the right moment.
Say he about to violate, we about to see.
Well, this up. He gonna think he gonna think the referee hitting him in that bitch. Champ gonna just be hitting him all day long. Bop, bop, bop. He gonna be steady coming. Oh, he tough. But we gonna hit him with all that good shit. We gonna be ready for his ass. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, will I make you good?
Stevenson's fighting style is built around impeccable timing, sharp anticipation, and lightning-fast counters, which combine to make him exceptionally difficult for opponents to hit cleanly, while Lopez, in contrast, favors a more calculated and measured approach, maintaining pressure on the front foot without overcommitting, carefully selecting each shot, and waiting for the perfect moment to strike with precision and control.
Fights and T.O. style, even if he's on his front foot, he doesn't commit to a lot of punches on the front foot, but he can fight that way. Shakur almost exclusively wants to go defense to offense versus leading the exchange. So I don't know, not to say Shakur will be on the back foot the whole time. That's not necessarily how I see the fight going, but I don't know if this is going to be like a knockdown, drag him out type of thing. I think we're going to get a defensive sweep.
He has openly expressed his competitive nature and desire to face opponents who test his discipline and adaptability, reflecting a relentless drive to evolve and grow as a boxer each time he steps into the ring, while Stevenson's unwavering confidence and focus on mastery overcome for power his intense preparation, strengthen his mindset, and sharpen his mental edge to tackle elite challenges, including high-stakes matchups like the one against Lopez.
For the fans, but I think it also did something for you to prove to yourself that, man, listen, that wasn't like my best performance, but I showed you I can get it out the mud. What did that performance kind of do for you now that you look back at it?
Honestly, I think like styles-wise, I think that Zepeda's style is the style that's supposed to give me the most trouble. Like guys that box and give me time to think is the guys that's gonna have a fit with me all night. But the guys who press me and put me against some ropes and throw a million punches, that's the style that's supposed to give me trouble. So I went out there and I prevailed against that style, and now I'm fighting against a boxer, which for me, it just makes it more fun. I don't have to deal with a guy that's trying to like wear me down so much.
Right.
So now I gotta play chess.
Equally critical to Stevenson's approach is his meticulous punch selection, because rather than relying on reckless or haphazard combinations, he patiently waits for high-percentage openings, striking with clean, precise, and highly accurate counters that not only land effectively, but also break down an opponent's rhythm, control the pace of the fight, and create opportunities for further strategic attacks.
Is win.
Stevenson has been training with extraordinary intensity as he gears up for his highly anticipated showdown with Teofimo Lopez, dedicating every day in camp to pushing both his physical and mental limits, sharpening his skills, adapting to the added weight, and perfecting his movement, timing, and precision to match Lopez's strength and relentless aggression, while sparring with elite partners and even working alongside top stars like Terrence Crawford to replicate the challenges he will face. Incorporating targeted strength training to generate more power in his punches, and demonstrating full commitment by foregoing holiday celebrations to stay completely focused on preparation, keeping his body in peak condition and his mind fully locked on victory, showcasing the unwavering dedication of a champion determined to rise and conquer the biggest test of his career.
He told me, hey,
Let's fight.
Stevenson is widely regarded as a defensive, puzzle-like fighter who frustrates opponents by systematically neutralizing their strategies, forcing them to constantly adjust, which often results in mental lapses and breakdowns, with a style built on impeccable timing, sharp anticipation, and rapid counters that make him extremely difficult to hit cleanly, whereas Lopez favors a more measured and calculated approach, maintaining pressure on the front foot without overcommitting and carefully selecting his shots, leading Clemens to predict that their upcoming clash will be intensely strategic, with both fighters probing each other's discipline, adaptability, and ring intelligence rather than relying purely on brute power or aggressive offense.
Him to fight the same way versus Teofimo Lopez. I really don't. And I think people are looking at the Zepeda fight and going, yeah, that's Shakur we want. And I don't want to say he's going to disappoint people, but he will not fight that way with Tio. He won't. And Tio won't fight the same way William Zepeda did. They'll both be very measured. I think it'll be a very slow-paced, low-output fight. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could see maybe they go to war or something, but we're talking about styles making fights, and Tio's style, even if he's on his front foot, he doesn't commit to a lot of punches on the front foot, but he can fight that way. Shakur almost exclusively wants to go defense to offense versus leading the exchange. So I don't know. Not to say Shakur will be on the back foot the whole time. That's not necessarily how I see the fight going, but I don't know if this is going to be like a knockdown, drag him out type of thing. I think we're going to get a defensive, sweet side.
Unlike many fighters who gradually acclimate to a new division, Stevenson boldly opted to forego tune-up bouts and immediately pursue a title, underlining his confidence and belief that he belongs among the elite across multiple weight classes, while Lopez's recent performances at 140 pounds have sparked mixed reactions, with some analysts pointing to decision victories instead of dominant stoppages and questioning whether he truly stands as the most feared champion in the division. Yet Lopez's impressive resume, which includes high-profile wins and extensive championship experience, still establishes him as a formidable and highly dangerous opponent for anyone, particularly a newcomer stepping up to challenge him at this level.
I heard you was the one that wanted to fight, right?
Yeah. I actually set this fight up, and I honestly did it because I wanted to push myself. I know that Tio is a tremendous fighter. I know he's on an extremely high level, and I feel like, well, I know that I can beat him, but I know that this should be a tough session, so I'm ready.
Who were some of the other options you had?
Lamar Roach.
That would have been a real good fight, man. But I mean, Tio, he's a bigger name though, so I see why you went with him.
Yeah, bigger name, and also he got the more accolades. He's been undisputed before. He's done one belts at 35, one belts at 30, at 40. So he's more accomplished. So I know that would be a better name on my resume.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that this is gonna be a tough fight for you.
I mean, they absolutely right to have their opinion. I already know this guy's good. I done came up in the amateurs with him.
Both fighters enter this high-stakes clash with impressive but distinctly different resumes, as Shakur Stevenson steps into the ring undefeated at 24-0 with 11 knockouts, having already captured world titles across multiple lighterweight divisions and defended the WBC lightweight championship with remarkable poise, technical skill, and ring intelligence, while his precise movement, disciplined approach, and southpaw stance make him an exceptionally difficult puzzle for any opponent, whereas Teofimo Lopez boasts a 22-1 record with 13 knockouts and currently reigns as the DBO light welterweight champion, having moved up after earlier success as a unified lightweight champion, with a firm belief that elite fighters deserve elite pay, and that contests at this level should deliver both excitement and proper reward, emphasizing a style that combines creativity, variety, and unpredictability rather than merely safe boxing, demonstrating moments of adaptability and skill that surprised analysts against top competition, drawing inspiration from past legends by blending classic combinations with modern athleticism to continuously evolve. And for Lopez, a showdown with Stevenson represents far more than financial gain or hype. It is a chance to showcase versatility, honor boxing history, and cement his place among the biggest fights of this era.
Of course, I'm talking about Shakur.
For me.
Ooh, we didn't get into Shakur.
Oh yeah, I want to see like entertainment, and then pay the man for that entertainment.
Well,
I give it all different kind of traits of skills. I mean, even Andre Ward, someone that's like an analyst, like a perfectionist in boxing, like his IQ is high. He was even the commentator, like he was surprised how I did that jab where it was like a Superman punch to Josh Taylor, a guy that's undisputed and everything, and just made it look so easy. I bring so many things. I even brought a George Foreman combination now because that's everything. Everything is everything. Like, I go back in time because that's where my future is at. And so, like, for as far as like retirement and stuff, honestly, man, it's up to the network.
Eddie Hearn has described the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson matchup as exactly the kind of high-caliber fight that boxing desperately needs, highlighting that both athletes are elite competitors in their prime who bring differing yet equally compelling strengths to the ring, pointing out Stevenson's exceptional technical skill, disciplined approach, and high ring IQ, which make him a dangerous challenger even when conceding size and power to a natural 140-pound champion, while also acknowledging Lopez's explosive power, natural athleticism, and the tricky unpredictability of his unorthodox style, emphasizing that this stark stylistic contrast is precisely what makes the bout so intriguing. And according to Hearn, fans should anticipate a captivating clash of boxing intelligence versus raw power and momentum, representing a true and ultimate test for both fighters at the absolute peak of their careers.
He is massively underrated in terms of his achievements and his ability. Everyone in boxing knows how good Shakur is. He is pound for pound, top 5 in terms of quality. But look at the achievements of the young man. At 28 years of age, he's already a 3-division world champion. This is to become a 4-division world champion. Quite remarkable. And Teofimo always rises to the occasion. Sometimes you see a little bit of a lackluster performance when he's not motivated, when there isn't kind of any legacy on the line. This is different. This is a sold-out Madison Square Garden between two of the elite fighters of our generation. And the best thing about this fight is
veteran boxing analyst Teddy Atlas has suggested that Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez deserve genuine recognition for their courage, as they are taking on risky, high-level matchups that many top fighters tend to avoid because in today's boxing landscape, it is common for athletes to protect undefeated records, pursue safer title defenses, or postpone dangerous fights for financial or strategic gain. Yet Stevenson and Lopez are deliberately rejecting the easy path, choosing instead to face each other at a higher weight class while fully aware of the inherent risks, and this willingness not only reflects their confidence in their own skills, but also demonstrates a competitive mindset deeply rooted in the traditions of the sport, showing respect for the sweet science and for fans who want to witness the very best competing against the very best in the ring.
And Teofimo at certain spots, he's avoiding this guy, he's avoiding that guy. You can't take those shots at these two guys. Definitely can't now. They are stepping up and they are taking fights that a lot of people are probably surprised they took. Now, a lot of people will say style-wise, Teddy, style-wise, is this going to be a great fight? I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I could see you having a little reservations, whether or not these guys will make for dynamite. They will make, for electricity. I don't know if they will, but I tell you what they will make for. 2 skillful fighters, 2 talented fighters, 2 fighters that are at a high skill level that will compete.
He emphasizes that while the Stevenson versus Lopez matchup promises an exceptionally high level of skill, it may not necessarily deliver non-stop excitement or constant explosive exchanges, as boxing fans often distinguish between bouts that are technically brilliant and those that are electrifying for the audience, noting that some fights display mastery of the sport without generating relentless action. And in Stevenson's case, his recent performance against Robson highlighted his remarkable versatility, showing that he can fight effectively both on the inside and the outside, blending defensive elusiveness with measured aggression, skillfully managing distance, landing precise counters, and adapting seamlessly to his opponent's style while remaining competitive throughout the contest, which demonstrates that even if the fight does not turn into an all-out brawl, it will still feature intelligent, high-level boxing that emphasizes strategy, skill, and adaptability at the highest level.
Showed aggression in his last fight against Cepeda, being elusive while being aggressive, walking them down, fighting on the inside, boxing well, still being able to counter, still being able to control space, but also be able to go into tight quarters and not be afraid to show that he's good on the inside too, that he can make you miss and make you pay outside and inside. Shakur showed that. That was great. That was great, and people applaud him. I applaud him. We were sitting there ringside. I was sitting there actually with your sister, ringside, watching that fight. And it was a terrific performance. Shakur showing that dimension, showing that attitude, showing that competitiveness, showing that dog like people like to show or like to talk about, and they wanted to see in Shakur.
Will Stevenson's exceptional technical mastery and ring intelligence be enough to outbox Lopez? Or will Lopez's explosive power, championship experience, and unorthodox style shock the world and seize victory when the fight finally unfolds on fight night?